Today, I wanted to talk about mist filters. So in short, what a mist filter is just a piece of glass that you put in front of your lens, and what it does is refracts the light in such a way to make it look like it's blooming or at this halo effect. So right now, I don't have any mist on my lens, but you can see that it's a very sharp and very crisp image. And having the mist filter on too, it kind of softens the image overall. It's going to soften my skin tones a little bit while making some of this lighting behind me bloom out a bit. So right now I just put a 1/8 mist on here. It is a mist filter from Tiffen. It's a Black Pro mist. So now what you can see is, I'll put a little comparison up here, but you can see now that my skin is a little softened. You can kind of see behind me that kind of is blooming a bit, and it just adds this really nice subtle effect that I actually like and enjoy. What I do is put this on for all of the weddings I shoot, just because I think it gives it just that little softness and that little creamy and more of a dreamy look. And that's kind of what I'm going for in my wedding films. But this is something that is a director's choice. If this is something that you like, not everybody uses mist. But for me, I feel like these cameras nowadays are super sharp, super crisp. And a lot of times these high-end cinema cameras have this nice little softness look to them. They're not as sharp as some of these mirrorless cameras are. So what I actually do too is in my camera, I turn the sharpness down just a little bit, and I still use a mist filter. I don't like that digital sharpening that's going on a lot of times in the mirrorless cameras, and that's why I kind of like this look too, because it's giving it more of a cinematic feel to it. I don't want to use that word cinematic, but this is just giving it that nice bloom that you see in the highlights, and it just makes the skins look a little bit softer, and just the roll off between your highlights to your shadows and darks to the whites, it just makes it look a little bit better with all of that roll off. So now we are at a quarter, and you can see that the skin did come a little bit softer, and you can see the lights blooming a little bit more and being a little bit more soft. This is more mist, so this one is going to have a little bit bigger of the blooms or the haloing going on. And this one is more of like you're really wanting to make it seem like you're using a mist. This is the furthest I would go. I wouldn't go to a half or even a full. Shouldn't say it's a full, but a 1, 2, and a 3 that Tiffen has. But this is really the max that I would go with the mist. And it's just a nice little subtle dreamy look like I was mentioning before, and it's just all about choice and preference. And so to really help give you guys an idea of what each of these filters are doing, I'm gonna just shine my light from my phone into the lens, just so then you can see what's happening and what's really going on with a mist filter. Here it is with no mist filter at all. And here it is with the 1/8 mist. A lot of times what you'll see is in movies, you see a lot of directors wanting to use a mist because this is really bringing it back to what it looked like in the film days. Film was not very sharp, it was a nice soft look to it, and it kind of gave it a little bit of the blooming effect without having to use a filter. So that's why a mist is really there. It just allows people to kind of get a more vintage look per se, but again, this is just all of your choice, your preference. If you like it, use it. If you don't like it, then don't use it. So I just wanted to come on here today just to give you a little more information on what mist filters are. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, give this video a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next.